Now, let's talk about the good. Okay, so now let's talk about the good. I learned to not kill every insect in sight and how to identify helpful insects and destructive ones. Although I've caved in and murdered a lot of slugs, which I know they're not really insects, but I do try not to mess with the ecosystem of my garden unless there's an infestation. I love to see praying mantises, honeybees, beetles, caterpillars, and butterflies, and other wonderful insects that just weren't around before I started gardening. And overall, planting anything can improve the environment. The next thing I learned is that homegrown everything tastes so much better. I used to suffer eating leafy vegetables until I grew my own. I often grow butter lettuce, red sales lettuce, kale, and a variety of oak leaf lettuce. And let me tell you, those taste so much better than what is bought at a store. The difference is just astounding. They have an actual sweetness to them. There's a bit of crispness to the texture. Overall, it's just a different experience than buying a bag of iceberg lettuce from your local market. There are also different varieties of fruits and vegetables, and the varieties of herbs that are available to you are practically endless versus what you can get at a supermarket. You might find that you even love a particular kind of fruit, herb, and vegetable that you will always need to grow in order to be able to eat it. For me, for example, that's lemon balm thyme. I love lemon balm thyme. English thyme can be very medicinal in flavor and taste, and the lemon balm is just so much sweeter and herbaceous and just goes better with all the soups and stews that I like to bake. And the dragon tongue beans, oh my gosh, they're just so good and they're so beautiful. They're like these beautiful tiger stripe beans in purple, cream, and green, and they're just so delicious. If I want thyme or Dragon Ball, if I want thyme or dragon tongue beans, not Dragon Balls, dragon tongue beans in my dishes, I need to be able to have them on hand regularly, so I have to grow them myself. The next thing I learned is that foraging is a thing. Like, wow, I found out that pretty much all of the weeds that grow in my garden are edible. And these include, but are not limited to, dandelions, Persian speedwell, and dead nettle, as well as chickweed. Almost forgot about chickweed. A neighbor even beat me to foraging the local dandelion along a major street in my neighborhood. I was gonna go out there with a basket and get all the dandelion, and she beat me to it. I was like, darn it! It's a bit frustrating that America has so much natural food just hanging out in the open, and it's mistaken for weeds. And I even found mulberries and blackberries walking distance from me, just hanging out in the middle of the street. I know it can be intimidating if you've never foraged before, and I know I'm definitely not comfortable foraging for everything, but I learned to see plants in a whole new light, and it just keeps me on my toes to look at something and wonder what kind of leaf is it, what kind of plant is it, and is it edible? Is it safe to eat? Is it something that I should keep in mind the next time I want to make something from scratch? Another thing I learned is that building a community with other gardeners is both fun and socially healthy. Friends and coworkers of mine have shared their produce with me, and vice versa. You will appreciate what they have grown and work really hard not to waste it. Plus, you might find that one gardener might have better luck growing one type of produce over another. For example, I haven't really been very successful growing cucumbers with my land, but my friend has. So she gave me a cucumber, and I put it into an amazing salad and used the rest to make cucumber water with the mint that I can grow. And I gave one of my friends a bunch of herbs since I have a lot of success growing and maintaining herbs. So I could give her like bunches of mint and bunches of thyme and basil. It's a lot of fun trading these goodies, and it really creates this sense of family and community in your immediate area. The last thing I learned is that nature is healing. I now spend a lot more time outside. In fact, when I renovated my house, I started to actually put more greenery in my home. Even if it's not real, it's artificial eucalyptus, but I need to have some semblance of greenery in my home for me to feel a little bit more comfortable. I also go to parks multiple times a week just to take walks, and I ride my bike a lot more. This time is priceless, and I will spend it meditating on things going on in my life, the good and the bad. I come out of the woods with a better grasp of my situation or personal problems that I might be trying to handle, and I'm able to accept the things that I can't change, and I'm ready to take on the things that I can. Life will never be perfect, but you can take and collect the small wins that you do earn. And being able to take walks in nature really helped me see that.